Simphiwe, thank you very much for joining us. The Minister there, Bheki Cele, just giving his views on the whole operation. He's in the Phoenix area. Just give us an outline of what came out of that press briefing.
Indeed, the Minister arriving shortly just before the media briefing. You'd recall that prior to his arrival, there have been reports largely, circulating on social media of racial tensions which have been reported in the area of Phoenix, resulting in about 15 deaths that the Minister, that's the number that the Minister could confirm to us. But the Minister just basically said that what is happening here is pure criminality, and the issue of racial tensions is secondary to him. Also going as far as to say that he will be, putting a team together of different community members here to try and quell those tensions that are arising in this community of Phoenix.
Simphiwe, what are you getting from community members, not just the police minister, about the motivation behind the unrest that took place specifically last night in the Phoenix area?
Well, Nopu, the situation is that when we speak to ordinary residents of this area, and we did have an opportunity to speak to them much earlier on before the minister came here, the ones that we spoke to raised the issue of criminality. They basically said that their opinion is not that there's an issue of racial tensions in the area. It's just that they want to actually they want to rather address the issue of criminality that is continuing to unfold here. And we spoke to different races as well to get a sense of what the other side is saying. And the Africans in particular that we were able to speak to did say that there is that issue of racial profiling, especially if you don't live in this area and you find yourself having to come here. They will ask for your details and stuff like that. But the minister seems to be downplaying that issue of racism in this community, saying that what is key to him is that what is unfolding now is the issue of criminality, and the issue of racism is a secondary issue, Nompo.
Yeah. Simphiwe, we know you've been covering the story for quite some while. Over the last few days, when you reflect, do you feel that things are a lot calmer? We know that there was a flare-up in Phoenix, for example, but do you feel overall that things are a lot more calmer and that perhaps there's a bit more stability in the province?
Certainly, Nompo, without a shadow of a doubt, the areas that we have been visiting, throughout the day, I'll just say that there is that sense of calmness, a much better, situation if you compare to what, has been unfolding in the past few days. But of course, there are still problematic areas, Nompo, where large crowds of people continue to gather and large crowds of people continue to loot, making it very difficult for members of the police and members of the SANDF to actually manage the situation. And the minister was asked actually as to what is his view in terms of how the police have managed, this whole, unrest, and the minister was very quick to say that we members of the media are only reporting when it comes to incidences of looting and bombing and stuff like that. But his view is that the police have done what they could to try and quell the tensions, and also to try and manage what is seemingly getting out of hand. But I must tell you that on the ground the views of the people are very different from those of the minister, who's very adamant in saying that police have done their work and the police will continue to do their work. But if you go to ordinary people, Nompo, they will tell you a different story. They would say they don't see much of the police, and they don't think that police, even if they are there, they are doing enough to actually try and remedy the situation that is unfolding in different parts of the province, Nompo.
Simphiwe, thank you very much for your reporting there, my colleague Simphiwe Makhanya.